Hey everyone, I'm Miss Upsetter, and in today's video I am going to discuss my Barriss Offee cosplay, which I made for Celebration 2016. No, 2017! What year is it? I don't know! Anyway, so this is the third and final installment of how I did it and what I learned cosplay. And this costume in particular, oh, there's hair on it, had a lot of really interesting challenges. I had a lot of fun making this, though. So let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, I will say cape deceivingly hard. Good God! Still not over it. Dress surprisingly easy. Belt, super fun. So let's go ahead and get into the patterns that I used. So for the dress, what I did, so I got two different patterns here. So I got Simplicity 2184, and I did C for the skirt. Come on, there we go. The long skirt. And then I did Simplicity 1325 in A, that stripy shirt there, for the top. And then I attached the two together. So what I ended up doing was I got this nice thick knit ponte, and it's such a beautiful fabric. I will say the fabric on this costs like twice as much as like the other two cosplays combined for everything, like everything. So yeah, but it had the really good swishy effect that I wanted. It was really, really hot in the humid Florida summer, spring, but it seemed like a lot of people liked it. I felt really confident wearing it, so I was really happy about that. So what I ended up doing was got a bunch of black ponte, and I sewed this shirt. I didn't do the ring or the neckline at the top. And then I sewed it again in this type of, this fabric that has this kind of flocked appearance to it. And then I put it over the shirt, and then I top stitched them together to kind of keep it in place. Once that was top stitched in place, because I wanted this front panel here, I pinned the overlay to the top, cut out this panel, and then got more of this fabric, lined it up with the lines, and then I did kind of a flat felled seam over the chest line, or the, whatever you want to call it, the bust panel, whatever. So I did that to get this sort of effect, and I think that it's pretty freaking screen accurate, if you ask me. But what do I know? I'm not Rebel Legion or Jedi, whatever, approval, whatever. I don't know. But frankly, I think it looks really good, and not to sound cocky, better than a lot of whatever approved Barriss costumes. So yeah, into it. And then for the skirt, so this, and I ended up having to take this in a lot. This skirt was just like massive on me at first, and I didn't want it to be gathered, so I ended up having to taper, but I kind of kept the hemline really wide, so it has this nice fluttery look. It's so pretty when you walk. Am I getting too into this? I think I'm getting too into this. But I tapered up to the waist, and then I stitched them together, and we have this effect. My belt is drooping here. So yeah, this was surprisingly easy. I thought that the dress was going to be the hardest part, to be honest, and it wasn't. Such are lessons. Now onto the cape. I kind of drafted this off of Simplicity 1040, kind of off of, oh, this glare is so bad, off of this dude right here, this super cool guy who you don't want to fuck with, because look at him. I don't know, I make myself laugh, I'm an idiot. Oh man, he is getting laid tonight. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. Anyway, what I ended up doing is taking away his little widow peak here, chop that off, and the back of this hood is massive, like massive. So what I ended up having to do is like kind of make a muslin, put it on, just of like the hood part to see like how big do I want this to droop. And I ended up circumcising. That's awful. I ended up taking off a lot of the back of the hood because it was just like, it was so massive. Like, I'm only 5'4", and it was just like huge on me. But once I got it there, I ended up using the muslin. I disassembled the muslin, and then I made that into my pattern for the hood itself. Where I really got caught up, and I feel so stupid for this, so hopefully this helps any sort of Barriss cosplayers out here. I was just convinced that this was like this weird type of a V. This isn't, here, let me get up here. Like the way that she has her cape kind of thrown over her shoulders creates a sort of like V. And I thought that was this sort of placket here across the shoulders. And I was just trying to make that work and make it work. No. It's a circle. It's a circle here with a funnel neck collar, and then everything is gathered in the back with the hood, and then it's a circle here. If you are cosplaying Barriss and you need specifics, if you need like up close pictures or details, let me know. I will send you all the pictures you need because this drove me insane. Absolutely insane of like, how does this look? How does this fall? Oh my god. But once I figured it out, it's not that hard. So the cape itself is mostly just like a big square, and I ended up kind of like gathering that in. How many gathers did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so like 5 on each side and 1 in the middle. So if you could see, this is the main kind of pleat in the middle, and then I go this way and this way into that center pleat. So, and then what I ended up doing was top stitching all the way around to get it over my head, because initially I made the muslin so it wouldn't, it's like perfect, it looks good, the stand-up collar's great, funnel collar, yeah, it's good. And then I went to put on, I was like, oh, I forgot how I need to put it on. I'm an idiot. So what I ended up doing here, so I have this kind of like complicated crisscross type of button situation going on. So there's one that goes on top, one that goes in back, and you have this that opens up. So you do this first, this second, goes around your neck, you have your balaclava coming out, you're good. One thing that you can't really see on this video, maybe you can, is I put wire in here and I just top stitch this, and you can't really see it at all. Maybe you can, I don't know. But along here, it's got wire in it. But I have that so I could shape it around my head, you know, because she has these big, like, dramatic drapes going on. So once I stitched that on, I painted the coverings so it blends in and you can't really see it at all. So there's that. So now I'm going to get into probably the most maddening part of all of this. Painting this was literally the last thing I finished out of my 3 cosplays here. And I stupidly waited last minute because this is a lot of fabric and it's really detailed. And I wanted it to be as screen accurate as possible. They have a Barriss cape fabric on Spoonflower, but it just really didn't do it for me. And also it wasn't the right type of fabric. Like, it didn't have the drape and the drama that I wanted. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be extra here, and I'm going to paint my own. And oh my god. If you think it looks good, do it. But allow yourself a lot of time, because oh my god, this took me forever. And to add insult to injury, so what I ended up doing, because I tried so many different approaches. So I tried doing a stencil, like an acetate stencil. I made that. I got a burner to burn it out a pattern so I could just like roll it on. No, that was a huge fucking mess. Don't recommend. I tried carding and doing like block printing. No. I looked into screen printing. Not worth it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Blick and ask about like fabric stuff. Like, what can I do with that? Because I've done a little bit of painting on fabric, but it's not like something I needed to wash, because having pets, I needed to wash this like leading up to Celebration, because there was like hair all over it, and Barriss does not have pets from what I know, because attachments are forbidden. So needed to wash it. So what I ended up doing, after I was done with the muslin and I was confident that it was going to work, I cut out my pieces. I added a little bit of extra fabric just in case, because and also like I said, super expensive fabric, so I cut extra just in case. So I started painting away with the recommendation from the Blick employee, and I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you're sure that this is going to be washable? She's like, yeah, no big deal! It's like, okay, I trust you. You're Blick, you know what you're doing. Thank you. Lies. Absolute lies. And I learned that hard way, because like I painted like the entire hood and the collar and this shoulder area. I was like, you know, my gut is saying, woman, test these. And I did, and I pulled them out of the washer, and they were perfectly clean. No paint, like my work was completely gone. And I just kind of like lost it, you know, like when you're like not even, like when you're just like laughing, when you're like I was so mad that I was laughing like a crazy person, because I had lost like 8 or 10 hours of painting, and I was like so mad. And I ended up having to take like 2 days off of work just I'm laughing now, just to paint this thing. And it's like, sorry, can't come in today, gotta work on cosplay. I'm sure some of you can relate, but oh my god. So what I ended up doing was I got white acrylic, and then I got a fabric paint medium from Michaels. Worked like a charm. And I tested before I did a lot of swatches, tested. So, big lesson from me to you, test your shit before you do a lot of work. Please. Because otherwise you'll be doing crazy laughing in your basement and scaring people. But once I got it done, like super, and like I even painted the inside too, because I just wanted to go that far. So yeah, huge lesson. I mean, like I said, this cape overall was deceivingly difficult. Dress that I thought was going to be really hard, super simple. But you know what? Like, the thing that's really interesting is like, this is, even though it's kind of warm, this is like my most comfortable cosplay. Like, it's super stretchy, and it's nice, and it's flowy and swishy. So high recommend for cosplaying Barriss. So let's move on to the other things. So like I've mentioned before in my other videos, I don't wear leather. This is a brown leather like vinyl. What I ended up doing was gluing it together with E600 glue. Easy peasy. Roll it out. Super simple. and then attached it to this belt buckle. This belt buckle, I will say, I had so much fun making this belt buckle because I had just gotten done with making my baby Ahsoka, which brag here was on StarWars.com. So thanks, Kristen Baver, for calling me out and interviewing me. That was like so much fun. But that project was so... Oh, run low battery. That project was so tedious and just super long. This was a super fast project. What I ended up doing was just getting this brass belt buckle and Fimo dough, just like Fimo clay, whatever. Rolled it onto there, carved it, baked it, and as it was still warm, I took clothespins just so it would get the curve of the belt buckle and sit in there fine. Painted it, polyurethaned it, and glued it in with E600 glue, and I think that this is pretty freaking screen accurate, so pat myself on the back. I don't care if I seem cocky, but super fun to do because it's like it's kind of this organic thing, whereas the baby Ahsoka thing was super geometrical, had to like follow, it was kind of a nightmare, but it's whatever. On to the boots. Covered these before. These are my Imperial Stewardess boots. They are by Journee, wide calf. They aren't whatever, like, I think Barriss has brown boots, but you know, these are good. Since I'm running on low battery and I gotta hurry, I'm dropping things. Okay. So I normally would have painted my hands, and I do have a tutorial of how I did my makeup. I did that live at Celebration, so if you check out my channel, there's more on how I did that, and it's like a really long video. But I wanted to wash my hands, so I ended up getting these gloves. I'm not super happy with these, but because the dye didn't match my face, but I got these white nylon gloves and I attached these nails to them. I mean, they're good at a distance, I guess. And then I did her tattoos on them, and the dress covered it up, so it's passable. It's whatever, but not super happy with them. And then since this costume had no pockets, what I ended up doing was I got this little like travel packet, and it's got this like purse string in it, and I attached that to my belt and then put it behind here so I could have my phone and my pass and everything that I needed, and the cape covered it up. And then back to the lightsaber. It's missing a button because it popped off, but this is 3D printed. If you need the file, let me know. My boyfriend put this together for me because he kind of messed up, so he did something nice for me. But yeah, this is great. So this attaches right onto the belt. It has a little lever, so you can attach, detach it, and oops. So pops on like that, pops out like that, and then you can lock it in place. So if you need the 3D files of this, let me know. A friend of mine fixed them, so they are ready to go. And yeah, it's pretty easy to pop together. There are a few extra elements that are needed, like this acrylic piece and like film and stuff for coloring. So yeah, that about covers it. I don't know if I'll wear this Barriss costume again, but I had a lot of fun making it. I learned a lot. And I don't think I'll ever paint yards and yards of fabric again because it drove me insane. So if you have any questions about cosplaying Barriss, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all that YouTube crap. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.